Hey, class, we did this next exercise in class the other day, but I'll um, make a video of it for good measure. This is exercise 601, I believe on page 5-7, the last page of class number 5 of your handout. I fixed this center line. Um, the hard part is getting the plus signs perfectly in the middle of the, what do you call these, slots. Um, and I kind of have an arc there on the center layer with the plus sign dead center, and then created another arc from end of one to end of the other uh, short arc. And that would give however many short lines we want. I highly doubt anybody would pay you as much time as it takes to do this, but okay, we'll copy it on itself and then scale the newest copy. Okay, copy the circle, enter, same place twice. So we're putting two circles on top of each other. Let me show you a quick way of recent AutoCADs make stacks of stuff a little bit darker to show you, hey, there's more than one object here. That's a nice feature. But check it out. You do any modify command, I'll say select objects, select the stack with a crossing window, and you can see you got two objects. And sometimes you might get three or four, especially. And so we got two objects there. Let's scale. I hit escape to deselect before I erased. Let's scale the newer one. When you click on a stack, AutoCAD selects the newest on the stack. Select it, hit enter. Oh, snap at the quadrant or the center. We want a guide circle to be 1.3. Let's put a line top dead center of the circle, not the outer circumference, but the circle not a problem. I'll redo it. All right. Forgot, sure. Let's put little markers here. Trim, cutting edges, and use these markers for cutting edges. Enter. And select. I believe I'm getting the outer one. Yep. We've isolated it down to just that. Probably should start over again, but too lazy. We'll erase those guidelines. I think we're ready for layers. Okay, let's create the three layers we had the screen captures of. One is center line layer. While we're creating all layers, we hidden. Do we have hidden lines? Yeah, I think we do in the side. Anyway, no, I forget if anyway. Click new layer again and layer it object or call it object. Object, I always use green. Stick with your company standard. Object should be the heaviest. I use 0.5. Use your company standard. Center and hidden, we'll need to load new line types from the start from scratch drawing. We'll click center. We'll click on continuous. Click load because brand new drawing only has continuous. And we'll scroll down to select center. We can hit OK and open, hit load again, but by holding the control button on your keyboard, lower left on the keyboard, you can select multiple layers in this list. Shift button selects everything between the two you select. So control allows you to pick random, line types anywhere. I think that works with file manager. Anyway, click OK. Center is the selected layer, so let's select center to be used on the layer name center. Click OK. While we're in here, let's click on hidden and assign hidden to the hidden layer. Center, I always use red, use your company standard. Then hidden, I forget, is it 160? I'll check it later. Change the color of the hidden layer to 160, some shade of blue up here. They should all be defaults. They're thin. You may something might be your department standards may say you use 0 instead of default, and who knows what your company standard has default defined as. By default, it's 1/4 of a millimeter, 0.25. Click OK to close the layer. Oh, we'll set center current. No, let's set object current. Okay, object is current. We'll close. Zoom out to see. Yep. Remember the shade of yellow correctly. It was 160. Okay, let's move those two lines, well, arc and a line, and this tricky, hard to create arc all to the center layer. Again, you can change layers over here, properties. Let's see, I think the handout had 2 small lines, so let's guessing 0.5 will match the handout. Hit escape to deselect. Good enough. You know, a little bit higher, a little bit lower might lengthen these a hair, but we won't go to that much quality. Select these two with a crossing window and change them to, I think it's going to have to be less than 0.5, say 0.4. Whoops, something went wrong. All right. Select, blue out the line type scale modifier. We will leave LT scale as 1. So we'll change the LT scale modifier within properties and try 0.4. Hit enter. Why do it? Oh, I think I'm forgetting to blue out the number in the property line. We'll change it to 4 and hit enter. Still having trouble. Looks like I'm going to have to start over again. Line type scale 4. We'll hit enter. All right. Maybe I got it. Maybe I don't. Let's try smaller. Oh, I know why. I changed it to 4. I should have changed it to 0.4. Okay. If I can figure out how, I'll delete the last few seconds of the video, but doubt I'll remember. Let's see. 0.4. Enter. There we go. Hit escape to deselect. Again, a little more, a little less might develop that plus sign, large, bigger or smaller. Okay. Let's move everything except what's on the center line layer to object. This would be a good opportunity to demonstrate the isolate layer shortcut icon here. You know, we could drop down and easily just freeze the center layer and get a clear shot at all the layer 0 stuff to move to the object layer. But let me show you to demonstrate again the isolate layer icon. Click isolate layer. We can select, we only need 1 layer isolated. So just click on the 0 layer item and hit enter. Recent AutoCAD fades it out. I think there was one that makes it invisible a few releases ago. But so all other layers are locked and faded out, giving me a clear shot to select everything and move it all to the object layer. Yeah. Okay. It even locked the interesting. Oh, that's right. Zero layer is unlocked. Yeah, we're moving to the object layer, which is locked. We can't edit a locked layer, but apparently we can move stuff to a locked layer. I'll hit escape, and we'll unisolate the one or more layers that we've isolated. Now everything is unlocked and bright, not faded out. Hit escape to lose the drop down. All right, let's erase a few things. No longer need this smeared copy. That was just to get the length of this arc. So we'll erase everything there. And we'll erase this guide circle, enter. Let's trim away these two. We can get those later. Well, let's get them now while we're thinking of it. Trim, click. Whoops. Where's the undo option? Undo. Click. And interesting. Must not have touched there. Okay. So we got the red arc made from a circle and trimmed down. We've got that made with the guideline circle of 1.3 times the slot width. And of course, the center line here. Let's polar array these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items. If I'm counting right, click polar array underneath the rectangular array icon. Select objects. All right, we'll select just those 6 objects. Yep, I counted them right. Hit enter. Specify the center point of the array. We'll hover and snap. And then by default, it thinks you want 6 because it you most commonly do. Change the item number. You can also click on items option down here. Probably the contextual ribbon is, excuse me, is easier. Click 4 and hit enter. So far, so good. Hit escape to deselect. Now remember, we've created a complicated animal, an array. We might have to explode it into separate lines, arcs, and circles. Doubt it, but remember that's an array. Let's trim away these slots. And yep, it doesn't quite intersect there. So a single click at each quarter or quadrant will trim them away. Trim, and again, I think it was 2020. Was it 22? Recent AutoCAD, by default, everything is a cutting edge. Older ones, you got to hit enter to specify everything as a cutting edge. It changed recently. Click escape. Now we could do the old-fashioned top, bottom, left, right scale enough that they touch these as shown on the handout. But the handout has the high-tech center mark used here. So let's exercise the center mark way. And I highly doubt, I don't care for students, which way they make these. Like them to know both ways. And I wonder if a designer could do them anyway, because the only thing the client's going to look at is the paper copy or the PDF of the paper copy. Where were we? Oh yeah, let's go to we'll need to get to the center mark icon. No idea why it's not on the home tab. Maybe because it's a new item. They wanted to keep home tab the simple old stuff. Center mark and center line icons are on the annotate tab of the drafting and annotation workspace ribbon. There they are. Center line, I'm thinking less and less of. It's a little bit handy if you're going to modify your drawing. Center line kind of keeps up with the modified drawing. But to my knowledge, that's the only advantage. So I don't see a great advantage. Anyway, let's click center mark. We're on object layer. I'll change it to the center layer in a second. And there's our center mark. Hit escape to stop the center mark icon or process. We'll select it. I'm on annotate tab, so I should go to the home, but just to demonstrate, you can also use the properties to change it. Hit escape to deselect, and I'll go back to home tab. Now check it out. So we'll select this center mark. It's a complicated AutoCAD object. I assume it'll explode into 4 lines. So I've never tried yet. Where were we? Oh, yeah, you can come down here and change the 4 top, bottom, left, right extensions from just under 1/8 of an inch, but it's default. Change them to, I'm guessing about 3/8 of an inch, maybe more, 1/2 inch. However, you can graphically do it by resting your cursor in the middle grip of a center mark. Slide your cursor over to change extension length. Then grip edit the zoom in to avoid O snapping. Grip edit so it touches or overlaps those straight center lines in each slot. Okay, hit escape. Handout, does the handout have short gaps there? No. That might be a company standard issue too. So we'll select and change the line type of this. I think we could alter the line type scale, but I have been rigging. There's a system variable, by the way, that'll make all upcoming center marks use continuous line type instead of center, or center 2, I mean. And that might be a good system variable to rig in your template file, in addition to a few others that the handout lists. Let's change the line type to continuous. And now we can copy this center mark. I don't believe there are any more, but we could copy it to other circles and then readjust the change extension length, shorter or longer as necessary. That concludes the front view. Let's see. The handout might have a darker shade of green actually, because these basic, some colors don't print out so well on black and white, but the handout clearly says use green, which is obviously a lighter color than my screen captured. Where was I? Okay, we need the side view. It's only going to need 1, 2, 3 vertical lines and 6 or 8 or so horizontal lines. Okay. Let's move the screen capture over. Draw the front or the right side view to the right of the front view. For good measure, well, let me start a guideline layer. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. The construction line is confusing because there is a construction line command and icon, and I see little use for using the construction line icon. So I'd suggest guideline for the layer name instead of construction line, just to avoid things. Let's make it a shade of orange. Click OK. Probably don't want it the width of the object layer. We could make it 0, which I believe will occupy just a single pixel of the screen. We'll set it current. Close or move the layer properties out of the way. Place one line on the guideline layer and then copy it rapidly from OSNAP to OSNAP. Copy, select, enter, OSNAP at that intersection or endpoint. Let's see. We want the, oh yeah, we want the center for a center line. We want the bottom midpoint or quadrant. Those quadrants, that center, or one of these intersections. What else? We'll low snap there and there for those object lines coming up. Keep machine gunning down. The center line to be there. It's kind of debatable whether there's a hidden line where an arc converges with a line. Not sure what's common in practice. Oh, snap there, oh, snap there. May or may not have gotten them all. We'll find out later. Hit escape. I won't bother, but remember to save your drawing every 10 or 20 minutes. There is an automatic save. I believe by default it's rigged to save every 10 minutes. It puts it in a cryptic folder that's a little hard to find. Keying on the options, typing options, enter, and opening the, I forget if it's the files or save tab. Anyway, where are we? Let's draw a line from any point. We'll start at a random point, come down, trim that guy off while we're thinking of it. Let's offset this guy once, twice, or actually, since 1.5 is 2 times 0.75, we can just offset it once and then offset that one again. Coincidentally, 1.5 is exactly 2 times 0.75. Hit enter to finish the trim command. Click offset. Set the offset distance to 0.75. Enter. Select our first vertical line, OSNAP, or click or OSNAP anywhere to the left. Select that fresh copy made by offset and click again on the OSNAP point or a random point to the left. I believe that's all we need for guidelines. Let's change the current layer to object and connect the dots. Hit escape or enter or space bar to finish the offset command. Launch line and connect the dots. Suppose I could just go halfway and mirror it. Enter, enter. An object line there, enter, enter. Enter, enter, and an object line there. Okay. We could use that center line tool, but we need to have parallel lines the correct length. Again, I don't see a great advantage to using center line for, single center lines. Center mark is handy for the sniper scope, bullseye, whatevers. So let's change the current layer to center and machine gun a bunch of center line, or no, just one. We'll copy it after making it the right length. Let's see, we've got two different lengths of hidden lines. Set current the hidden layer, launch line again. And one short hidden line is there. Looks like it's already has the number of blank spaces in the handout. We won't need to adjust that. Hopefully this one will come out perfect too. Hit enter to invoke the last used command. And we want to go here to there. Forgot that center line. Okay, center line, line, midpoint to midpoint or intersection, whichever it finds first. All right, this has 4 blank spaces. Handout has 5. Right. So let's move at least this one. I don't think it'll hurt to select that, but at least that one. Let's reduce the one slightly, say to 0.8. I'm guessing enter. That produces 5. Oh no, that's just still 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's select the. Whoa, I must not have completed the line type scale modifier. Point. Oh, let me blue it out. There, it's blued out. 0.8. Interesting. All right, I'll leave my cursor here. 0.8, enter. And nothing happened. Okay, I got direct input on. 0.7, enter. And for some reason that doesn't seem to stick. I don't think the layer is locked. No. 0.7, enter. I'm surprised I didn't notice that before. It looks like you got to manually blue it out and keep your cursor close. We'll make it work. Hit escape. Let's scale this guy up and set the LT scale modifier in properties. Scale, select, enter, midpoint, 1.3, Bergener standard. Follow your department. Select it. We'll blue this out, leave our cursor there, and 0.7, I'm guessing, enter. Hit escape. And that was not low enough. Whoa. Blew it out. Point, say 5, enter. Didn't stick. Okay, I guess when nothing is selected, it reverts back to 1. Let's change it since we still don't have a gap. I don't think we'd need it to go. Whoa, what happened there? Oh yeah, that's right, just 2 gaps. Change it to 0.3. Enter. Okay, 0.3 did it. This one's 1. This one's 0.7 or 8, I think. Oh, forgot this guy. Select him, scale, or it's a little more elegant to click the icon first and then select the object. Hit enter. Base point dead center of the center line. 1.3, hit enter. No gap. If it was center 2 line type, it likely would have a gap rather than loading another line type. As I used to teach, I'll type 0.7, I'm guessing, enter. I believe it changed, got 1 space. Okay, I believe I can enclose all the horizontal stuff here and mirror them all. Click mirror, zoom out a tad. Regular window will select just the horizontal lines. We'll probably I think we're going to select 1 vertical line. Yeah, I over selected. So hold the shift button and deselect that guy. Double checking. That's what we want to select, no more, no less. Hit enter. Pick any 2 points along the middle of the right side view. Hit enter to accept the node default. And we will freeze the guideline layer. Plus is a little bit smaller than what we got here. There is a way you can hit escape. Let's move this a little closer since we don't need, even if we put dimensions, it's still pretty close. Let's move it closer for the professional, for the machinist. And just for good measure, let's select this guy and change the cross size from 0.1 times the diameter. That's what the X means. To say 0.2x. Enter. Hit escape. Okay, the gap is okay. It looks like it's bigger than we got. And let's raise the gap from 0.05x to 0.1x and hit enter. All right, I guess I failed to blue it out. 0.1x, whoa, home, period, enter. Okay, it doesn't match the handout, but maybe I'll fix the handout a little better. All right, well, I guess we'll call that good enough. Save your file twice so your BAK file is identical to the deliverable DWG. 2 more to go. See you later.